item builds and the execution is what they need to work on. So
Radiant team.
We should still see a solid draft from them. I just want to see maybe they give themselves an easier draft to execute. Start. Lane bullies are good openers if you want to kind of ease up the game a little bit and just get that pressure going on the outright. You do see the ban out by Cignal of the puck, but they've left the Batrider again. I feel like Dubu is a good target for bans right now because if you give him a Batrider or a puck, he seems to have a high impact. And also those are flex picks as well because you can play them in 3 different positions.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, puck's just an understandable ban. You can play this hero in almost any position. POS 1 hasn't really been experimented with, but 2 through 5, yeah, it's possibly the most flexible pick in Dota right now, especially for how dominant it can be. Because it got a free blink dagger or mini blink dagger put into one of its spells. Not really a change that was needed, but definitely has proven to make Puck the god of all dragons.
Dire team pick.
Elder Titan.
They're making their house outside. Oh, no, all right. That makes like, yeah. We take what we want. Okay. I want. You know what? Lizard was meant to be casting with you, and I was like, no, I want that, and I took this cast away from him. Agents are selfish individuals. Oof, they just had the baby. You can't evict them now, Cyclops. What kind of monster are you?
5 seconds.
You know, wait for the kid to go off to college. Good lord. Well, I don't mind it. I think Drow is a very interesting hero. It can be quite strong. I believe Cignal ran this earlier, correct? With a DK strategy that made DK into a dragon machine gun. But it's very good. Even once you reach 6 on the lane, like if your Rubik hangs around, his harassment capabilities are still good. If you get in conjunction with any Agi hero, it works really well. So doors are fairly open for fam. They could look at like someone like Gyro themselves. I've seen Gyro ran mid as much as I've seen it ran safe lane, and those 2 heroes work together reasonably well. But DK is also just a really strong combo, especially if you know there's ban outs already on things like Puck. Just any sort of hero signal into the scenario where they want to rotate is really easy. The only concern with DK right now is obviously they did pick the Razor. So on the lane, we saw that matchup before. It's not one where you should really die as DK solo, but one rotation could kill you.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, you need bodyguards basically. But the thing that's interesting is that Cignal aren't banning the Batrider so far. Oh, sorry, not Cignal, Geek fam. Because
5 seconds remaining.
Oh. Yeah, so the point I was gonna make is that Batrider is still available, and that could snipe out the Drow. It's a really good choice. However, Geek fam, they might have a save in mind. They could go for something like the Abaddon again, which is available. So that would completely nullify the opportunity for the Lasso, right? Because you have the Aphotic Shield. Shadow Demon seems to have fallen off in popularity, but I wouldn't mind it against the Razor, especially with the Purge. Just Rubik plus Shadow Demon isn't the most popular because then you don't have either of them as frontliners between your 2 supports, and you have a Drow that you need to protect.
Dire team pick.
Okay, Beastmaster, Legion Commander. So they already have a Dispel. And they do now have the means to grab the Drow Ranger if they pick up a Blink Dagger. And there's some heals coming out. Undying Drow lane rather is quite good because you have the Tombstone plus the slows from Frost Arrows. So around like level 4, you can run people down. But it does feel like you're lacking good lockdown right now.
Remaining.
Both sides are really. No one has a good hard stun. That's why the Beastmaster ban by Cignal is especially good. It's a good ramp up because Beastmaster plus Drow, and then you get like a ranged mid or safe laner, and it becomes this death ball lineup that deletes your high ground by like 25 minutes.
Dire team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Yeah, it's... I was just about to say, like with Undying, it's all about soul rip now. People used to think about this hero for decay, right? Like that was what defined the hero, but the heals that you can get out from Undying with soul rip now is amazing. It's one of the better heals in the game, actually. But the Prophet does give a lot of global presence to Cignal, so they can kind of try and gank and spank on different lanes. This does make it risky to now run the Drow mid, just because if you're running a Razor there and the Prophet TP's in, you can gank the Drow pretty easily.
Radiant team ban.
Gyrocopter!
Yeah, the Gyro fits in this. You remember I said you want something that combos the Drow, something that is agility based, and Gyro fits that slot. Should be okay on the lane against the Legion Commander as well. I wonder if this is a Prophet support, and if it is, I would like to see them maybe run with the Legion Commander, because then Rocket Barrage doesn't do anything due to the trees. They have flexibility, yeah. This is either, well, this should be either Gyro or Drow mid. Both can go either place, to be honest. I'm trying to think which one works better on the lane. Like Gyro plus Undying is pretty good because you can run people down easier. Especially if the Drow wants to max out multi-shot first. Because the only way I think you kill with Drow Undying is if you're maxing out Frost Arrow early. Which, you know, Frost Arrow has more value to it now. It's like a mini Searing Arrows. Omni Knight is a good ban. Remember how we mentioned beefy heroes, and you were saying Danog mentioned that, and also saves? Well, Omni Knight is like one of the best for that in the game. You just stick the Heavenly Grace on either Gyro or Drow, and they become unkillable. And also, if you look at Cignal's lineup, it's primarily physical damage right now.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Harry Potter. I don't think... Yeah, I've watched that. I don't think Seb's available for this best of 5 though. So final ban, Cignal, they are probably running this as a mid-Razor. It looks like they need a carry still, but the Prophet is always deceptive. It could just be a bait and it's a boss 5 as a final pick to counter something the Geek fam has, but yeah. I don't want him to focus too much on that though. I've seen a lot of Prophets who just spend the first 20 minutes hunting couriers and their team loses every lane. It's pretty bad. You know, kill animals within reason. It's like real life, dude. Like you can either make an animal extinct or you can hunt what you need to eat, right? Prophets that make things extinct, bad for everyone, right? Prophets that kill a few couriers, take them home, stick them on the Spitfire and eat them, great. Especially if you get them on the out. I feel like Prophets, the big problem is these support Prophets, they focus on sniping couriers on the return, and it's bad. All right. Yeah, it's really good because you have a Veil builder, it's a hero that can justify it. Like a lot of heroes are struggling to justify Veil. Now they've changed the build up. It's not as beneficial for offlaners. But Sand King and Rubik love to have iron between them. And then on top of that, look at the magic damage. 4 of the 5 heroes do a lot of magic damage. Gyrocopter doesn't transition to physical until like his third M. And Undying Soul Rips are going to delete people.
Choose your hero.
I mean, there's definitely potential, but also Cignal have a lot of tower hitting between those two last picks, so they might just get tempted to split push. Also, you are playing that Prophet to support, and I can't stress this enough. While Prophet support does have its place, it doesn't have a place when it falls behind. It just falls back to split pushing, right? It's not a hero that can fight if his team is behind. It will just spend most of the game role-playing anti-mage when he just got a Battle Fury.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And it should be an interesting one. I feel like Cignal need to prioritize shutting down the Sanking lane more than anything else. I just feel like Cuckoo will be the bridge for this lineup. If he gets that good Veil timing I was talking about, Gyrocopter will always want to be present in the early fights. And also the supports will have a high impact. So hopefully Cignal have identified that as well. And they just try and make sure he can't lane. They could even start with tri-lane top, because Sanking is the type of hero that can get pummeled a little bit by that. I also like that they picked the Gyrocopter so fluidly into the lineup, and then they pick this because they know that need for a Sanking in the side of Cignal's lineup, as they already have.
You can run. You should run.
For battle.
Get off my lawn.
Oh. Well, the intro is quick because something's happening. Cuckoo on the Sand King will be supported by Zephyr on the Rubik. The mid lane, you have Rio. You're trying to farm up on that Drow. The top lane's a combo of Dubu's Undying and Raven's Gyro. Look at Aris, by the way. The cheeky sniping. Look where he is. He's not a dire hero this game. He's decided to do the classic chorus sniping. Only this is the dream. Look at all the poor little animals. All right, do you know what this is? This is the chickens in the roost, and the fox is about to get in.
30 seconds to battle.
He's like, he sees it, right? He's rubbing his hands together. He's like, oh boy, who's gonna buy their items first? He could probably snipe 2 before they realize. Yeah, he'll kill 2 of them before they notice. Because if they get out to like here, they move so slow that he can just go forward. I think the ultra play is... That's the problem, right? He's intensely clicking these cores right now to see who buys an item first. Okay, no, they're distracted. No, oh my god, Aris! He cut the wrong tree. He needed to cut. You see this tree right here? It's like, this is the one you cut. You come out there and you kill. Instead, he cuts this tree, reveals himself to the core, and he's in range of the fountain.
Dire's courier has been
That
killed.
could have been the biggest brain play. And I mean, okay, he gets in. He does snipe Rio still, but he should have had like 3 couriers there. I wouldn't call that first move gold, to be honest with you. Like 3 couriers, right? Because you notice he waited for the bounce, like the bounties to spawn. He was waiting for the horn to blow, so they were all distracted by the runes. And he would have sniped 2, maybe 3 couriers if he'd done that right. Cuckoo needs to get it a lot quicker than this. It's just because someone has to pull through, and it's the you have to pull through, and Rubik can't do it. Rubik would die if he tried to pull through there, even with the boots. It's not a very beefy hero in comparison. Yeah, but you're against the nature's prophet. This is kind of a variable factor, as this hero will just harass you, teleport back, return, and basically out-sustain you, which is Undying's worst nightmare. Like, look at him. He's already out of mana. He has got mangoes, but he's going to lose those mangoes quickly. He's barely put a dent in the regen, actually, as well. This is where the Undying pick can backfire, right? Because you decay, and then tangos have even higher value. So you have to decay and then harass, otherwise it does nothing. Yeah, they won't dive. Reese thinking about it. Yeah, you just force down the TV back, and you still have that ward, so you'll know he's here. There you go, so he's revealed. He will get the D ward down, but now they know he's not in lane, so they can pressure the gyro out. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Cuckoo is not doing too hard to start off on CS so far here. He's definitely suffering against Leshrac, who is already level 3, and Cuckoo, yeah, there you go. He has to Barrow Strike to escape every time. And this is, by the way, Leshrac 11 on lane as well. Like, there's 2 versus 1 here, and Leshrac is getting away with this.
Come! Denied!
Yeah, Zephyr's really hesitant to be aggressive in the bot lane because he realizes at any moment Aris could arrive, and Aris has arrived in the mid lane. TP. Just TP. Okay, he's so lucky. That was unnecessarily close. He was trying to just strip as much time off the lane as he could. Maybe let Jamesy get a bigger advantage. Because if you look at it right now, it's 19-12 to 9-3. Ryoyo is getting stomped in this mid lane. See, if I'm looking at this right now, I'm trying to think, if I'm Geek fam, because I am falling behind the CS, where can I start to make plays? I feel like you should be trying to rotate on bot and just enable Cuckoo. I think Cuckoo is a bigger factor in you winning this game than Gyro's lane right now. Like, Gyro can recover in the jungle. The Sand King, you want out on the map making plays as quickly as possible. It's a pretty potent item. It's hard to justify. Like, they made the build up hard, so most heroes don't want to do it. But you have to remember it now increases damage from the spell specifically. I believe that should affect money shot. It's just profit. You're going to see a lot of these in this game, Cyclops. It's just, I don't think he called out on the out again. So Ryoyo, I think he did pick up his Wraith Bands. Like, you need to snipe these Coreys before they reach the owners. Otherwise, it's cute, but it's not impactful. He's getting to a point where it's like awkward to try and sustain himself. Like, he has the soul rips, but they don't care anymore. Like, Aris can continue to just harass him out solo. So far, he's done his job well because Raven has 28 last hits, 14 denies. He's feeling pretty confident about the start of this game. Like I said, like, Gyro should be relatively fine now, though. This is the window where you should maybe try and make a rotation bot before the Legion reaches 6 and you have to be on the lane at all times. Mid Rio, you're barely getting out. I just keep you all the way back to base. Razor is completely stomping him in this lane. The drow factor is a concern. Yeah. Like, Razor is the hero you expect to have a good time, but Drow is the type of hero you're like, well, you can always just go jungle. You should be able to keep up and farm relatively well. So hopefully you can translate.
Come to me.
He just knows that He doesn't want to be involved too soon. He's getting easy CS. Like I said, it's the rotation towards Cuckoo they need to focus on. Whereas for Cignal, I would like to see them try and just connect with mid lane to get easy kills and Drow. With the Prophet arriving at any stage when you begin an initiation, Rio can easily die. Like, Drow doesn't have any way of protecting herself. She does have TP, but she's a little bit too late. She'll easily die. Yep. Prophet is the new murderer of course. Sure, they have ward control though, so they shouldn't really be happening now. If you're the Prophet and you want to keep doing this, you need to renew the wards. If you look at Vision on the map right now, because he makes these snipes, immediately it becomes predictable and known where his wards are. So he gets like one courier and then they de-ward him. All in all, you're not too bad for that because Ryoyo is up to 3 Wraith bans now. He's sustained. You've got enough regen on this Raven that he's not pressured on the gyro. It just feels like, once again, this is turned into one of the situations where sniping couriers is cute, but because you're not getting them on the out, you're getting them on the return, you don't get value there, and you just give over your team's observers. This is like your classic pub Prophet that takes all the wards and then loses them immediately. Like here, if he could actually get in there and do this.
Has been killed.
Trying to chorus snipe, but yeah. See, now I place the ward, and great. Maybe you get a Cory on the return, but you're not going to get on the out again. Ban is... Oh. Yep, that was close. He almost made his escape. I think that was like 5 damage, and he would, like, if he had 5 more health. He's like, well, if I can't kill a Drow, I can definitely kill the Rubik. And because Drow has just told his teammate, I don't want the lane anymore, like, I just want to farm jungle, there's no point in me being there, someone has to soak XP. And Razor is one of the heroes that rubs his hands when he sees a slow-moving support come to his lane. Meanwhile, bot, they're also applying pressure as Nando has cut the creep with. Cuckoo should be fine to farm under the tower though. And Prophet.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Okay, but Dubu, he was smart there. He ran straight towards it, picked up his items before it got killed. It could have been worse, especially considering Aris got out. Like that's the frustration for them. Another courier won't be sniped on the return as they knew he was coming. Raven, however. No, he's fine. When you still have your tangos, you sometimes get tempted to type tide. Right, Rio's gonna... Rio's dead. That was ambitious. That was a good move by Nando. I was wondering if he was going to try towards the mid tower. I think he actually wanted to force them out of lane and just take their tier 1. So Geek fan, they do defend it, but it is a costly defense as they do lose 3 heroes. So they only get 1 in return, which is the Razor. Nando just kind of cackling, rubbing his hands together, enjoying himself right now as he is top of the network.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. That kill, you should expect that to happen. You're being extremely greedy, but he's weighing up the risk reward, right? Like if you can capture the outpost, it's a huge pain for Geek fam because if you look top, they'd already taken the outpost. He knows it's risky because he has 2 members of Cignal pushing the tier 1 top. So it's just obvious at that stage the Geek fam are going to respond bot, and they just let it happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, they want to defend this. And Geek fam are so invested now, they might not expect this. Ares. Ambitious.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Yeah, that was an ambitious TP. His ET was too far out of position. He couldn't set up a stomp, so he shouldn't really be going in at this stage. So Cuckoo has that veil now. You should respect this veil. It's a lot of damage that comes out from the gyro and Sand King. the Doomsday badly. They still want to get this tier 1 so badly. And meanwhile,
Radiant structures are
Not even a contest.
Invisibility.
yeah, they're trading kills more or less. And the big thing to highlight here is despite all the efforts of Cignal to try and get this tier 1 tower, it is still in half health. So if you're Geek fam, you're okay with this because you're actually keeping the easy access to your jungle out of control of Cignal, right? Like once this tier 1 in the mid falls, it opens up routes through the mid without clear vision for Geek fam to defend themselves. Yeah, Reese isn't even helping. Reese is busy trying to snipe more chorus.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They might lose more. He's up there. Yeah, they were waiting. They were lingering around the side because Cuckoo had Veil available again. Once he sticks that on, Racer realizes he's going to die. He just tries to back away, but good TP out from Zephyr to cover the escape route. He heavily invested in the defense of that tier 1. And you can see how desperate they want to fight, but their Drow getting picked off so easily is hurting them every time. And you can already see she's queued up the 4-staff as her first IM. Really understanding that the problem here is him dying enables just any sort of dive for Cignal.
Radiant are scanning.
But he knows also this isn't his game, and that's why the 4-staff's even more important. Like, he's a liability to his team right now, so he needs a defensive item. Meanwhile, Cuckoo almost has his Blink Dagger, and that's when Geek fam should be able to just take these fights. Positioning won't be a problem anymore, especially with Gyro going for BKB next.
Nature's wrath.
Yeah, that happened too early though. So James, he got the kill from Cuckoo first. But Cuckoo made sure he took someone with him. The problem is they've just surrendered both outposts and they don't have the hero to defend them. So big XP flux. Oh, Grims.
This will do nice.
You're fine with that. You secured both outposts on the side of Cignal, so sacrificing a hero or two to strip the XP away from Geek fam and slow them down is good. Now, if you look at the net worth, Gyro is sitting on an island lonely. He is top of the net worth, but then the next 3 heroes all belong to Cignal. And these are the type of heroes that you can use their net worth quickly. So you're seeing the Yule's already out on Nando. Fan is going towards that Blink Dagger next. They have the Pipe to defend against the Veil. And also BKB being targeted up next by Jamesy. Yeah. Yeah, the clumsy net is actually bad because I think if you clumsy net, the aura attacks still occur through the static link. I haven't tested that, but in theory it should because it's like a forced attack. Worst case scenario, you just give it to your prophet, right? And he has Sprout, and then they get out and he clumsy nets, and it's still really good.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like, what does prophet want to do in that fight, right? He's like, I'm going to stand here for 2 seconds because it hurts you more to stand here for 2 seconds. Like, you wish you were sanking with the net right now. Actually, like, Geek fam probably a little bit jelly about that item. Actually, wait, did they go on 2? No, they didn't. They got the impulse though, which is pretty good on either the Drow or the Gyrocopter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Everest is dead. He went for Courier Snipes again. Help. Grims is not quick enough. He needs to throw out the Spirit and Stomp right now, but Raven is too quick and he'll be able to move in. So they realize the kill won't happen. And they don't want it anymore as well, because once they realize that Reese is sniped out like he was, there's not going to be a profit, so you know you're going to be outnumbered. both sides playing on opposite sides of the map. And I expect around the 18 or 19 minute mark. I'll go ahead. Yeah, so the next big power spike is going to be around the outpost. Around 18 and a half minutes. Expect one team to rotate and they might mirror each other. If there isn't a pick-off at that point, they'll mirror each other's movements. So you'll see Geek Fan move top the outpost and then Cignal move bot for the alternative. Especially seeing as Cignal should be invested in this push as there's still a tier 1 tower down here for Geek Fam. That is where I think you might see a fight though, because Geek Fam, they have two means to teleport there, right? You teleport someone to outpost, someone to the tower, and you can fight. Also, the BKB is almost ready. So I expect the 20-minute outpost to be the next big fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I also like the Cuckoo's getting his hands for the boost travel, because your boost travel, you can actually TP at the regular rate towards outposts. It's not the long TPs, which is pretty busted when you think about it. So yeah, getting in on an outpost at like 3 seconds as opposed to 7. Yeah, I'll take that any day.
Regeneration.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking at the items. The prop is going for an orchid, and you're like, ah, man, Arisa's going to be great in this next fight. Sure for the Sand King, but you won't be able to lock down the gyro now. This is definitely target the Sand King. If you can preemptively strike, it's very good. Aris won't get out, however. He preemptively strikes on a courier instead of a hero. So,
You lacked.
I don't know if they needed the epi, but better safe than sorry. They only got the Sprout though. They couldn't get their hands on the teleport. Zephyr would be so over the moon if he got the teleport still there. But last. Smoke movement, Cignal. They want to play. They had their BKB on Jamesy. I think this is mistiming. Yeah.
Merge with the impurity.
They were desperately trying to find a pick-off so they could take a full engagement because they didn't have any buyback on Dubu. That was the big weakness of them there, is that they couldn't outnumber their opponents. So nicely played by Cignal. I'm not really sure what that was from Endo. Like, the van kill is inevitability at that point. You don't have your BKB to re-engage from Jamesy, and you have vision. You have outpost. You just walk in the tree line and TP out. Very well kills. I think he spent more time dead than the Couriers combined at this stage. Actually, no. The Couriers are still winning. The score is very close at this stage. He's almost been dead longer than Couriers. Good place to be as a prof in this game. And you're going for this Orchid, so you want to be maximum impact. You're full in on the fight. So if this doesn't pay off instantly, this is going to be a very underwhelming profit. Going towards the Ashe next, trying to cap out that movement speed so he can chase people down. Most importantly, stay next to the Drow. However, she has got her Dragon Lance, I believe. Yeah, that is going to be the Hurricane Pike completed, so she'll always be able to break static link.
The Titan says no.
Yeah, that's the next. Damn right. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Cyclops. This is still game 2. You know, Geek Fam, they are starting to pull it back a little bit. Cignal still do have a slight lead, and they do have some power spikes as the BKB is now considered that. once Gyro has like 3 or 4 items, it's concerning, but before that, sure. And they do have a big power spike. Last time they only fought with 1 power spike, which is the BKB on Jamesy. This time they have a Blink Dagger on Van, and now they have the BKB on Nando. So they find a big fight that's be huge. However, they might just have to settle for Cuckoo. Not a bad choice though. I'm not sure if he's going to hang here longer though. Yeah, Geek fam aren't playing top. They actually might play top now because they scanned the pit. They thought that Cignal was trying to sneak Roche, but someone to show top.
Tower is under attack.
Mid. Yep, they can get the stun. Got the dude. Yep. Perfect pick off as well. Gyro is the one dictating the control of the game for Geek fam right now. Up at 11,000 net worth, that's the pick off you really want. Now Van up 56 stolen damage, or 1 damage, shall we say. Tower's gonna get deleted. This is the push route. This is where Cignal is strong. When they get on a tower without any contest, they have trees, they've got the damage come out the Dark Belt Edict, they delete this tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Ryoyo's going for that BKB. He needs it. The only problem I see here is you're up against the Legion, so blink duel, you're still in trouble. But he realizes that actually that works awkwardly for the Gyro as well, right? So if you don't make yourself a target as the Drow, Gyro gets dueled every engagement, and if it's preemptive, he can't react. Now instead, they're trying to react. They're smoked up. Geek fam are coming out to play. No, they're all just backing up now. It's just a minute out until the outposts will give that boost of XP. Geek fam, they want to steal away signals. Yeah, good timing on the Gus. Couldn't cast a single spell. I feel like Cignal would benefit a lot from 4-star right now, actually. I kind of wish that the Reefs had a 4-star instead of an Orchid. Just because the save potential is good. Oh, even just like Grimm's get a little bit of space. He's close to a point where he could afford one. A 4-star is really good against heroes like Drow in this game.
Dire's courier has been killed.
He did snipe out the courier with a sentry on it, but they don't need a sentry if they see everything they need to, which is the Prophet. Yeah, and look at his net worth. It's not a small kill. It's not like you're this 5 Prophet buying all the sentries and you have crap net worth. This is a guy who went for an Orchid. This is a guy who targeted a Nullifier. This is a guy who somehow wants to have presence in a fight, despite always getting caught sniping couriers and also having a build that doesn't allow him to stay alive for more than 2 seconds. I would love to have seen something like, I don't know, just a few braces at least, something to tank him up. Obviously, don't go for the pile because your Legion already done that, but maybe something like a Crimson Guard, Guardian Greaves. You're not meant to be the damage as the Prophet in this game. You, if anything, should be some sort of sustain for your team. Yes, Aura is actually a good shot as well. He could be a Vlad's builder. But
is under attack.
the problem with this Orchid is it's so late that BKBs will eventually be online and Geek fam won't care anymore. Just stare at him right now, I guess. Yeah, Geek fam are prepping. They can bring Ryoyo in if need be, but he just wants to shove the lane and apply pressure elsewhere because Cuckoo makes this almost impossible to take. Has that Sandstorm DPS talent, which he got 15, so any creeps come nearby, they just get deleted. Good. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, you can feel the imminence that Cignal, they know they have to make a play soon because their heroes won't scale as well as Geek fams. Is great for Bone Slayer, but BKB screw him over. The Razor is an anti-carry. He's not meant to carry super late himself. And Legion Commander, it's not like you've got 120 dual damage already. You haven't snowballed out of control. They need to start making plays soon. And Geek fam, they realize this, and that's why they're just giving space for Ryo to farm and just distracting them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean,
Radiant's
levels have
middle
always been
tower
important.
is
It's just we
under
haven't noticed it because there hasn't, other than tomes, there was never really any big buffer. Like XP talents as
Dire's
well,
top
but
tower has fallen.
it doesn't seem like we notice an extreme as often, right? Now it's volatile on both sides, right? You can build a huge XP lead, but if you throw one fight, suddenly your opponents have accelerated their levels as well.
Dire's top tower is under
So I'd say it's
attack.
like we notice it more because we're seeing more 25s more rapidly. But if you are in control of outposts for like say 3 or 4 consecutive 5-minute intervals, and then you lose one team fight, suddenly you look at your opponents like, how are they the same level as us? What just happened? It reminds me of the gold comeback mechanics, right? You remember those days where they were really overpowered and like Spectre every game? It's like if he just wins one fight, they win the game. Really? I don't know. 7.23, like, comebacks are harder, but they also hit harder, right? It's like, it's more instant. It reminds me a bit of Turbo, right? Where Turbo, compared to normal Doa, you can make like a third of the mistakes and lose before you lose the game. Whereas in normal Doa, maybe it takes 2 or 3 fights, and there might be a fight now. Yeah, there's BKBs at play here that you need to be careful of, though. Wow, there you go.
Sleep not.
Perfectly done right there. Like, it's not the cleanest fight, but considering their initiation, Cuckoo's turnaround is what I'm talking about perfect. That was... Sankin could have done more in that situation to carry his team to evening up the fight, because when you look at the start of that fight, their obsession with Legion seems a bit over the top. But you have to remember, this is the hero who does not have protection. He does not have BKB. So if you snipe him out, you have a numerical advantage you can push. But they become so obsessed with it. You see Ryoya, he gets to the point where he's trying to just poke and pry, like one more hit, but sapping his damage the entire time is that Razor. I think if they focus the Razor straight away, they kill him even in BKB, and then it's an easier fight. Yeah, they got him to half HP. Yeah, he was down to half HP in that fight at that point, and Drow hadn't even tried to hit him once. And if you looked at the damage that Drow put out onto Van to start with, like the multi-shot, once you're done with the multi-shot, you should start hitting the Razor straight away. The Gyro is trying to do that for you, but you can't do it alone.
Scanning.
Yeah.
A tithe to the impurities.
Yeah, it's what was it? PTLD, post-traumatic laning disorder. He's completely shook up from the start he had, and now he's reluctant to make plays. Like, he's still the forest core on his team, but you know, you shouldn't underestimate your impact here. He's got some decent neutral items as well. Like, you don't have to commit the gust and commit hard to start with. Now that you have the mind breaker on him, he can just poke silent hero for 4 seconds and then save the gust for a knockback follow-up. Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, you're in a scenario where as these BKDs get short, I feel like it signals advantage because they have this core Leshrac compared to the core Sanking. Sanking is good for the initiation, but if Leshrac's allowed to exist in the fight, fine. Yes, it's much quicker when you let Cuckoo initiate, right? Compared to Drow just hitting you from afar, where the Legion got tickled.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's Cuckoo going Cuckoo. It is the Cuckoo show. And with that kill, they could secure Roche. Like, Geek found a stage, but they take it relatively quickly. Especially if the Drow stands near the Gyro. That's the big one. Watch how quickly they farm. Come on, Drow. Come on. Keep the little aura. That's all we want you for. Cignal knows this is going on. Don't tell him where, because that that was the dieback. BKB.
Invisibility.
Yeah, he had to BKB to get out. I'm surprised he even waited that long because there was no way he was going to casually walk away from that. But it doesn't end up with him dying as they don't have any means to get through magic immunity right now and probably never will. I don't see any of these heroes building Abyssal. BKB. He TP'd out here. Give a round of applause because despite he still dies and they don't do anything with it, Arif remembered to give another down. So well done him, but yeah, this is going to be a rat, I think.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Thanks from above.
That's a beautiful sleep. That's 5 people sleeping right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Yeah. And by the way, that stun they throw on Leshrac might seem a little bit overkill, but if Leshrac gets a stun out there, you probably lose heroes. So it was fine that Cuckoo Burrow strikes immediately. I think it's the right play. And it made it much easier. And you can already see the impact that this Nature's Prophet is lacking, right? He went for a fighty post, and his lineup is behind. Prophets don't like to play in the support role from behind. In fact, they struggle even in the core role from behind. That's why you saw people trying to innovate this hero when they played it in the offlane last year. Start building things like Crimson Guard, Pipe, just being the aura carrier because they're like, I'm a glass cannon. I'm very easy to find. Sure, I can teleport anywhere, but when I'm against heroes like Sand King and Rubik, do I really want to teleport? Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be there. He's almost level 25 as well. It's going to be interesting to see what he takes because I think the health regen is better in this game. Like, the Slow and Blind, I don't even know if you need it on the Sandstorm. They die so quickly when they don't have a BKB. So hopefully he just takes the health regen and becomes an unkillable beast. Because no one on this team, like, look at Cignal. No one is going to be able to Spirit Vessel on this game. It's a big problem, actually. Because they didn't. And the outpost is going to be safe. They can't defend it. So like the thing I was gonna highlight is like they don't have a Lotus Orb on Sand King. They don't need it because the way that you itemize the Cignal means there's no real threat. Even with the Orchid plus the Nova, like I said, it doesn't matter because it's on a hero that just dies in 3 hits. I mean, he might get them out, but he'll probably be dead and in the state of Helm of the Undying when he uses it. So if I was Cignal right now, like, you need to try and make some sort of smoke play, find a pick off. Yeah, you need to try and catch them bomb that lane. Like, if you look at peak time right now, they're split. They're very split. And if you smoke, you maybe connect on one of these, like Sand King would be high priority. Even getting a Rubik at this stage, like late game Rubik, don't underrate it. He's a little bit tricky because of the spider leg. You know he's going to be pushing out waves because he has the boost of travel. And those are the heroes you need to focus on. But they need to take outposts first. They'll move top. Because remember, this is just another form of mobility on the map for Geek fam at all times while you don't capture them. No. They lost it in the fight bot. That was like the impact of Aris. It's like these items would have been a great reveal if it wasn't onto a gyro of a second life. This is too late though.
I know I should expect the first, you have to earn it.
That was, I mean, that was a nice idea by Cignal, but then it was on. No, he can blink in 4 seconds though. They could still lose a hero. Reese, he's panicking. He's trying to protect himself with the Orchid. Yes, the irony of Rubik is not lost here is that Sprout that was stolen set up the beautiful kill onto the Nature's Prophet, who doesn't have buyback. They know this because he committed it last time 3.5 minutes ago. So this is at least a lane.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified.
They'll probably go mid and take the tier 2 after this because they know the Prophet is missing for 7 seconds. He can't be back. There you go. Sand King's already at the mid lane, ready to prep it. But that whole play is good ideas from Cignal, just too late. They had the idea way too late. Geek fam are on your high ground. They've set up together. You're not seeing anyone pushing out lane solo, and you try and make that smoke play. It is too late at that point. You need to be more active. You can't wait for Geek fam to 5-man because you know they are stronger than you at this point.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
20 seconds. They can at least get a tier 3 tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Dude, they're still alive.
Is silence.
Strike down.
It's going to be hard. The problem you've got now is the Drow does have buyback. You just had to use a very big buyback on Nando. So if you play too aggressive and he dies, that should just be the game. So Cignal, if they're going to make a move, they need to stay very close to Leshrac. He shouldn't be this far away on his own. Especially when you consider the boost of travel that Geek fam have in play.
Radiant's
But a good pick off nonetheless. The sad part is that you start that fight with Van, locking down the Drow the entire time. He fails to actually get the duel win. He fails to even get a kill. And that buys enough time that you still get the tier 3 tower, half the health on the melee racks, and you don't find the gyro. Raven is the big one to kill. Drow is just the enabler. Like, think of Raven as the big kind of, you know, roided up freak that's going to break you in the wrestling arena, and Drow Ranger is just the coach who's giving him the stims. Yeah, and this is...
Haste.
Well, I'm also concerned because they didn't get the Sand King, right? You saw how close he was to dying. He still managed to escape, but barely. He was like 100 HP with that Burrow Strike out. And the problem that you now have as Cignal is you're forced in a situation where if you don't make a play for the next approach, which is going to be up in a minute and a half, then you put yourself in a scenario where if Nano dies, you're out of this game. And on the other side, you didn't even push enough of the map to force Geek fam to buy back on Drow. That's a natural respawn. Yeah, Cuckoo has been pivotal to the success of Geek fam here, and he's proven, you know, why he is a highly admired and actually respected player. Yeah, this has definitely been his game in assistance to Raven so far, who had the easiest lane. Oh no. Dead. He needs to... That was too close for comfort, actually. He almost died. Ryoyo was just a little bit out of range there. If he goes down there, they know they can't hold because he'd be dead for like 120 seconds at this stage. So, clutch escape. It cost him his BKB, however. Luckily, he had the Bloodstone to help him out a little bit as well. But now you're in a situation where Roche is going to be up in 10 seconds and you no longer can contest it. They're going to need probably the high ground hold of their year to stop Geek fam from taking their base after they get their hands on Roche. Preemptive strikes are out of the equation as well. Yeah, they need to pick off Drow. This is the big problem. It's finding Ryoya now. And honestly, if I'm Geek fam, I'd probably just give the flicker over to Ryoya so he can just randomly blink when he gets initiated on. Because if he stays alive, then Gyro just deletes everything. This is the Gyro show, and it's all about how you enable him. And so far, his cores do exactly that, and they do it perfectly. Well, they're gonna have to. The whole base is exposed at this stage. You can already see them shoving out bots, still trying to buy a little bit of time across the map. But Geek fan, they always have as much presence as is profit due to the boots of travels, right? They've got one on Cuckoo. They've also got one on Zephyr. So they can match his global presence. It's a big problem. And I'm wondering what Reese's solution is. Like, he's got BKB now, so at least he'll be able to use his items. But he's starting to function as a mini kind of like aura builder with the telescope neutral line being picked up. I get that they need more damage. Reese, he's dead. That magic lamp. I mean, that magic lamp had absolutely no impact. You know, I know these guys aren't from the UK, but they just right there went for a cheeky Nando's. Like, I don't know why he's playing that far forward. The kickoff on top as well. He is the black king bar immediately after he goes into Hellmon dying state because he has no buyback. That is a screw up moment and he knows it's over. Then he does get buyback and suddenly no magic immunity, so he can't even hold or help his team. This is going to be mega creeps.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Geek fan, they can finish now or they can just go back. They can just mega crit them. They're going to keep going though. No track for 70 seconds. You don't pass up this opportunity. This is where you just finish the game. They need the best Earth splitter I would have seen all year from ET to win this.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Raven just has, like, all they have to do is sit behind Raven.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Just trying to finish the game.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Raven. It's appropriate, right? You've got the Sam, you've got the machine gun from the gyro, and you've got the molly shot. It's all from Geek fam. So they close out game 2, and honestly, they looked in control almost from start to finish. The only person who's really suffering was the Drow.